As Voices for Oklahoma's Future, the mission of OICA is to create awareness, take action, and change policy on behalf of Oklahoma's children and youth. In our Stories Matter project, we gathered child advocates and Oklahoma families from across our state, all of whom collectively work to make Oklahoma a better place to live, work, and raise a family, to ask why the child care tax credit is an important tool for lifting Oklahoma families into the middle class.
The Oklahoma Institute for Child Advocacy supports the child care tax credit because it gives families a step up or a ladder into the middle class. And that's important for our state because really the economic development, the strength of any state, of any country, really relies heavily on the middle class. So the more people that we can bring out of poverty into the middle class, the better our state's going to be in general, and the better the future of our state is going to be.
According to the latest Kids Count data, Oklahoma families are struggling to make ends meet, with 1 in 4 children growing up in poverty and a sharp increase in the number of children whose parents lack secure employment. The Oklahoma Child Care Tax Credit is used by thousands of Oklahoma families to climb into the middle class and ensure their child is receiving quality child care when their parents are at work.
It looks like a number on a piece of paper as far as how many families this affects or anything. It is a very real thing in my life. It will affect my family, who all we try to do on a daily basis is go to work, provide for our daughter, and then come home and not have to worry about how much we have to feed her, or, is it going to be going grocery shopping or paying the electric bill this month.
This tax credit allows our young families to get into the middle class section. They can take their children to a quality child care facility, receive the tax credit, which allows them to pay for that, and then puts them into the workforce, and then their children see and have a better life and gets the children and the parents out of poverty.
Personally, I look at the child care tax credit as being a workforce development tax credit. So for us as a state to be able to help our families be able to develop into careers, help parents be able to develop into careers, go back to school, those tax credits are essential for them to be able to develop as a person and be able to become, more productive members of the state.
The Oklahoma Child Care Tax Credit continues to be targeted for elimination in the growing debate about tax reform.
Apart from being a board member of the OICA and the work that we do in order to fight for tax credits for child care, I also have personal experience with that. So my family, I have 4 children, and we went through the process of being that family that wasn't making enough money in order to afford for child care. And so we did receive assistance, from DHS at that time. Now, once we started making the transition into becoming a household that made a higher income, for us, not qualifying for that DHS assistance made a huge impact in our ability to be able to provide for our family, because now we do have that childcare expense. So be able to have a tax credit for our family was invaluable.
As Voices for Oklahoma's Future, we're committed to doing whatever it takes to give every Oklahoma family the opportunity to succeed, and protecting the child care tax credit is an important part of that work.
In many cases, when you start talking about the way that companies fight for their tax credits in order to be able to develop their workforce, at the same time you can look at the development of a family as a workforce development as well. And really, in order to be able to get those kinds of legs up for a parent to return to school, or for a parent to be able to join the workforce along with the other parent, then that's when those tax credits come into huge play there. And a lot of times the parents and the children don't necessarily have a voice at the Capitol to be able to fight for their ability to have those tax credits or those benefits that allow them to make those transitions or allow them to go back to school. So that's why the work that we do is extremely important, because basically we are the people that are going to be able to fight for those types of child tax credits for them, tax credits in general for them, to be able to develop as a family. So we look at family development very much as a workforce development issue. So as much as a company would fight for those types of tax credits, we should be fighting for those tax credits as well for our Oklahoma families.
I don't believe that investing in a child's future or even present is ever going to be a loss. I can only see that being an asset because they will be our future leaders. They're going to be the congressmen, the senators, the president, the doctors, the lawyers, everything. We're relying on these children. So I think anything financially support, anything that we do in investing in these children's lives, education, finances, anything is going to be an asset for our future. You're not going to lose when it comes to that.